Hello everybody, this is Minovate with Shifted Reality, Season 1, Episode 22. I hope you saw my recent episode where I was trying to measure my base in TNT with the number of subscribers I have. Currently up to 157 at the time that I'm recording this intro. Thank you so much for subscribing. But obviously that was in a world download off of the server, and the actual base is just fine. But if you want to see the next one, I plan to set off as many fireworks as I have, and I will do this legitimately in survival. For every subscriber I have, I will set off a different type of firework in survival on midnight of January 1st, 2025. That's right. Subscribe and be part of our New Year celebration here on Shifted Reality. But you might notice there is a little problem with our base. Let me go over here real quick. Let me go. Do you see a problem with our castle mega base? Let me go over and look at it from a different angle. Do you see the problem from down below? Shout out to my son who made this awesome waterfall river and lake that flows out to the main rivers between our bases. That's pretty cool. But what do you see as a problem up on our base? And it's right there in the middle. The keep is not connected to the main storage area, and that is a problem I think we need to fix. Let's get to it. Now, one thing that I have not mentioned before is that when Redor sent us this gate design for the coolest gate ever designed for castles, I mean, look at that arch in the open gateway matching the arch overall. I mean, have you seen that anywhere else? That is so cool. Thank you very much, Redor. I will never get tired of walking through this gate. He also originally sent us a design. This gate is currently 8 blocks wide. The other design he sent us was only 4 blocks wide. And we are going to put that second design to use. After all, he made it. Let's not waste it. So the second gate design is going to come over here. And we are going to place it between the main keep and our storage area. And we'll finally be able to get rid of this fence because once this is up, we are going to be fully safe inside this area from all creepers, zombies, and skeletons. We won't need to worry anymore about random explosions destroying our base. So let's get going. Hello everyone, it's me, Editor Minovate, and I just wanted to give you a little heads up. This next clip is some pranks that I found on my base, and while I didn't actually discover these till the end of the recording of this episode, I thought it might be just more fun to put it out there at the beginning, so I hope you enjoy. Have fun! I was given this new resource pack that was supposed to give everybody a little more animation. And while I was checking it out, I kind of came across a few random things on my base. Such as someone slipped in a zombie into my alchemist tower. And he turned one of my cartographers into a zombie villager. And I gotta get rid of the zombie while saving my cartographer. Now, there's definitely no way that this was an accident. Someone definitely purposely put that zombie in there as a prank or something. I wonder if they had the courtesy to put a name tag on that piece of gunpowder so that it's kind of like a calling card to express it. But so how do I get the zombie without hurting my cartographer here? I picked up the gunpowder. Now, if whoever did do me the courtesy of putting a name tag as a calling card on that gunpowder, I think it's going to be lost once I cure him. Alright, pretty standard practice. Splash him with the potion, give him a golden apple. Don't worry, buddy. You'll be feeling fine soon enough. And like that, he is back to normal. But of course, he still has that gunpowder in his inventory, so I never will know if somebody put a calling card on him so that I would know who committed the prank. Shame, because that is what I feel is common courtesy. If you play a prank on somebody, leave a calling card so that they can just prank you back and you can have some fun. This is the other thing I saw. My statues of golden soldiers are sitting down on the job. Even this guy is being lazy. Now this one I know who caused it. He actually came up and straight up told me about it. It's the same person, Tyler, who gave me the resource pack that actually allows you to do multiple setups and see these differences. So let's get these guys back up on their feet. Okay, some of these new poses are kind of cool. This guy looks like he's bending the knee to swear fealty now. I might keep it like that. And let's see what other variations we can get with these guys. There we go. That looks a little better. Now, I don't think this resource pack, which is called Action Stuff, adds any new poses or like increases the number of poses. I think it just changes the standard default poses to some that are maybe just a little bit more dynamic. And so I got this guy here who looks like he's pointing and leading to battle. And my other guy is in a position where it looks like he's running in to provide backup. And I kind of like it. I'll keep it around. And I think I might actually continue using this animation resource pack for a little while. It's a little cool. Gives a little bit more life to the mobs and animals and the villagers and such. Plus, it fixes a glitch with one of our broken data packs. I'm not sure if it was the head or the mini block, but one of the default ones that we have for Foxy No Tails that never got updated with the last Minecraft update took away the ability to see horse armor, and with this beta pack on, that is fixed. So that alone is enough reason for me to keep this on. Those were some pranks, I guess, that were on to my base, but let's move on. And with a deep hole and a little bit of redstone later, we now have another working castle gate. Again, this one is half size compared to our main gates over there. And this one we are not hooking up to a skulk sensor. We're just going to leave it button operated. It's going to open, give you a moment to pass through, and then close right away. Now we just need to decorate this so that it blends in and connects the two bases so we have one unified structure. Now for symmetry, I'm going to follow much of the way that the large gate was designed, using the transition from the lighter stone to the tough stone as an illusion of a dimmer, shadowy area. And of course we are going to use the wall next to the fence to keep it from attaching so it looks like a freely connected gate. And much of it is just going to be very symmetrical to the existing structure, so everything ties together. Now I want the decoration to highlight the arched nature of the gate, and in order to do that I need to keep the gate in the upright position. And to keep the gate in the upright position is actually pretty simple in this case. All we gotta do is pop off this red torch, and then the gate will go up, but there will be no signal to bring it back down. And there we go. So I tried a couple different iterations using slabs and stairs, but I think this is the design that is working the best, just because it's a little less robust since it's a little bit shorter than the main gate, and the narrower nature makes the arches have to be a little bit less pronounced. And I think this is working out well, It's not hiding the gate, but it is mirroring the architecture of the arch of the gate. So now we'll just put the redstone torch back, and the gate will be fully functional again. Gate goes up, you walk on through, and it closes right away behind you. Alright, let's keep designing. So now, whilst we have a kind of a subtle arch above the gate right next to it, when we back out, we're making it a little bit larger of an arch, utilizing a little bit more space and a little bit more verticality. And that's going to really help deliver that image of an arched gateway that you're coming through. Now next we're going to come over here and carry on this end stone pattern, and we're going to drive it across to the other side. And that's just really to lock in the uniformity, where around that level, all the buildings around here have that same end stone coloration. And it's just going to make everything tie in really nicely. And here you can see how I had to change the pattern slightly in order to fit it into the space. But otherwise, the end stone pattern is continued, creating a bit uniformity with that side, and ties into the rest of the base with the layer of end stone right above the first entryway. Now we're going to fill in the sides here with this texturized brick wall pattern. And just like that, it looks like this is a section that was there and planned all along. Look at how well that ties in, transitioning from one side to the other, and going around and looking at the full base. And the other thing I did was I changed the stone button to a wood button, which will keep the gate open just slightly longer, give you enough time to wait for it to fully open before walkthrough, before it tries to close on you. Now, the next thing that we have to do is we just need to continue the crenellations from that side of the base over to the storage side of the base. And whilst we're at it, why don't we just make it something we can walk up and over to add in more functionality for areas that you can traverse in the base, making navigation easier and quicker so that you can take more direct routes. Now, one of the things that we need to compensate for is the fact that these upper pistons do have redstone on top of them and extend pretty much higher than either side. So this middle section right here is going to need to be taller than either the storage system side or the main keep side. Let's get to making this bigger and more robust. So as I said, in the tough brick crenellations over into this section and building up high enough to cover up the redstone, unfortunately, when I got up higher, it would just look too tall and a little too plain. Plus, with the general darker color of the tuff, it wasn't blending in well with the stone. And that's why I put on this decorative stone facade to kind of give it a little bit more of a transition from that side to that side on that top layer where we are looking at. And now that we have this completed, if you happen to be over here in the storage section, or maybe even in the library, you can quickly get over to the main keep without needing to go all the way down and around and up through the throne room and around the first level and everything else. Just easy walk on in. And because I hadn't really initially considered what it looked like from this angle, I ended up having to expand the upper facade just to make it fit a little bit better, and I kind of changed a few things with that. And I added in the campfires for the smoke effect just to tie in and make it similar to the spot next to it. So again, it's all about creating that symmetry so it looks like it was planned all along. Now next we need to take the back side of the gate and create a path for riding horses that will take us down this slope and all the way down to the bottom of the mountain. So I'm working on bringing this road down to make a path, nice, wide, gradual, easy for horses to maneuver to bring it down to the bottom of the mountain. And I get to this point and I feel like it's just suddenly becomes too sharp of a drop off and too many steps down to handle with stairs. So I'm going to come back and look at this section up here where I ran mostly flat. And then I see if I can't gradually take down some height here. And probably have to terraform the sides a little bit just to make it blend in better. But I think I can lose some height here without compromising the overall integrity of the design. So now that I have lowered this into more of a gradual instead of a straightaway, it is taking everything down a lot smoother. And when we get down here towards the end, it is a lot less drastic of a shift to keep going. Now the question is, once I'm down at this level, where do I go from here? Oh yeah, and I also need to clean out a bunch of dirt from over here to make this not a ugly dirt wall. Let's do that first. Now that we've cut back the large dirt walls and made more of a gradual slope away from the road, this is all looking a lot better and coming together so much nicer. And I'm still a little bit tossed as to where we're going to go from here. I mean, part of me kind of wants to go down this hill and over this river and then cross over that river there. But at the same time, the overall flow of the train suggests to me that we could probably continue forward for a little bit and then cut off this way and just come down into the mainland. So I called Bias and Tyler over here to take a look at my bridge and where I've been going with it. And, well, they're giving me some feedbacks on the arch, which is fine. But really what I'm looking for is how I should continue it forward, because ultimately this needs to be combined and match up to Bias's base, which is on the other side of that river, with Record's mushroom farm kind of in between. So I just want to know what they think which direction I should continue to go with this. So I talked to Tyler and Bias Icewing, and they both agreed, well, aside from saying I had to shore up my bridge because its support structure looked a little dainty and unrealistic, they both agreed that a good place to move over and continue this road to connect to Bias's base was just to continue straight through. So while I did take some time to shore up this bridge and make it into a cable suspension bridge, which, in hindsight, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, if you want to do this, make it a little bit wider. So like this is 7 tall and I'm sitting at 4 wide. I would say if you made it, say 8 wide and 7 tall, this would look a little bit better. But they both agreed that we should continue straight forward towards Bias's base. And unfortunately, we have Record's mushroom farm in the way. And I don't know why anybody needs this many mushrooms, but, to each their own. We will leave this intact and just build up around it. And we're just going to make this large rocky outcropping mountain thing here. So kind of laid out a foundation of how that's going to go, but that is going to have to wait until next time. But what do you think of our suspension bridge? Kind of like how it turned out, but leave your opinions in the comments down below. And as always, like and subscribe to keep up with future updates of our buildings, and we will keep going on this journey of a shifted reality. Have a good one, everyone.